All right, welcome back to another After Dark episode, everybody. Hope you all had a wonderful day and you guys are having a good night so far. This one was sparked from the chat to check out Tracy McGrady's 13 points in 33 seconds. This was sparked from the Reggie Miller video that I put out a little while ago because, you know, these two guys have the two craziest like game-winning scenarios, I should say. Not because they're not just a shot, they're like a situation. You know, like a 30-second piece here. This is by Secret Base, and we all know their content is pretty damn top-notch. If you're not subscribed to that channel, I don't know what you're doing. You should probably go check them out and subscribe. They make fantastic content, and it's not just basketball, they do it for all sports. So, but anyways, without further ado, let's check out this story. I know there's some of you that don't know about this whatsoever because I released a Tracy McGrady video a while back and it got like 0 views, which means that a lot of people don't know how good T-Mac really was. So I'm proud to do this and show this. Even if it gets like 5 views, whatever, dude. It needs to be said. This kind of stuff needs to be shown. T-Mac should not go forgotten. He should be remembered as a bad mofo because he really was. All right, everybody, just gonna link the original video down below in the description. As always, if you want to watch it without me, go right ahead. Everybody else, please leave this video a like. It helps out a ton, and I'm thankful every single time. You guys have been great. All right, let's do it. Let's kick back and enjoy.
We're in Houston, Texas. It's December 9th, 2004. Less than a third through the regular season, the surging 16-4 Spurs are taking on the middling 8-11 Rockets. San Antonio is inbounding the ball up 2 points with 11.2 seconds left. But just a half minute ago, the Spurs were in full control up 8 points. So how did we get to this point so quickly? We're a team historically known for their stingy defense squandered an overwhelming lead. We're about to reach the peak of a moment that's regarded as one of the greatest individual comebacks in NBA history. But to get there and the moments leading up to the climb, let's rewind.
All right, let's do it. I like how they do this.
The Rockets need to force a turnover here or pray for missed free throws to have a shot at extending the game.
And look at giant Yao Ming right here. Like zero visibility. What can you see?
And their home crowd at the Toyota Center.
Oh, that sucks.
But if you look closely, this Rockets team down to the roster, the jerseys, and hell, even this arena, still take time to get adjusted to. The early 2000s ushered in a new era for the Rockets franchise. Following back-to-back championships in the mid-90s, the ensuing years were accompanied by identity struggles. After falling short of another finals appearance to the Utah Jazz, the team managed to make the playoffs in just 3 of their next 7 seasons, getting bounced from the first round each time. Head coach Rudy Tomjanovich was charged with making the best of a roster, blending old head NBA legends while integrating young talent. This mixed assortment of players led to lousy results, with the 2001-2002 team finishing with one of the franchise's worst overall records.
Yeah, that's not Rudy T's fault either. He was a great coach.
Leading the young talent was a backcourt of Steve Francis and Coutinho Mobley, who showed promise of a competitive future, but the two alone couldn't achieve much in the highly skilled Western Conference. What the two could achieve was gathering a sufficient amount of ping pong balls, setting up the Rockets to land the #1 overall pick in the 2002 draft. And with that pick, the Rockets landed this absurdly large human being who barely fits into the frame, Yao Ming. The 7'6", 310-pound international phenom was an outright beast, putting up video game numbers and leading the Shanghai Sharks of the Chinese Basketball Association to a title in 2002. With his size and scoring ability, it was a no-brainer for the Rockets to commit their #1 pick to Yao, making him the first international player ever to be selected first overall without playing U.S. college basketball.
I swear, I sometimes wonder if Yao was made in a laboratory. Like, I've never seen a dude like this coming from the region that he's come from. Like, it's insane. And he was a badass too. Like he had major skills. It's a damn shame about those knees. Because if his career could have lasted longer, he could be up there with one of the greatest big men to ever do it. Because while he was healthy, he really was. It just didn't last long enough. Kind of like my man T-Mac here, which this video is about.
Several commentators doubted Yao's transition into the NBA, but he quickly put that notion to rest, leading the Rockets to a winning record, falling just shy of a playoff berth, and becoming the first rookie All-Star since Tim Duncan 5 years earlier. Included among those commentators was former Rocket old head Charles Barkley, who bet Kenny Smith that he would kiss his ass if Yao scored more than 19 points in the game. And well, Charles somewhat made do on his bet and puckered up.
Yep. He kissed an ass's ass.
The following year, Yao saw spikes in his numbers across the board, thanks to new head coach Jeff Van Gundy transforming the offense and making Yao the focal point.
Jeff Van Gundy,
the
love
longtime
this
Knicks
dude.
coach landed with the team via trade, eventually taking full control after Tom Janovic's resignation due to complications with bladder cancer. In his first year at the helm, Van Gundy ended the franchise's 4-year playoff drought and instilled confidence in the big man.
Wow, look at that. That's an awesome image right there.
That he could lead the organization for years to come. Oh, it doesn't hurt that this newfound success came with a brand new arena, an updated, sleek, minimalist design, losing the cartoonish rocket exploding from a planet doubling as a basketball, and new jerseys to drip. And tonight, Yao's dialed in. He's gotten everything he wants in the paint. Defending someone as massive as Yao is hard enough, but throwing his finesse with the ball down low, and he becomes almost impossible to stop. The best, and at times the only option, is to just blatantly swat at Yao, sending him to the line, hoping for missed free throws.
Yep.
But even that strategy brings trouble because of Yao's efficiency.
Yep. Big difference between a guy like Shaq or Yao, right here. Hell, even LeBron James and Yao. Like, Yao bust those free throws, man. So no hack a Shaq or no hack a Yao strategy is going to work on this dude.
At the line. Yet with Yao's dominance, the Rockets still find themselves down late against the Spurs, a team in recent years they really haven't played that well against. At the center of the Rockets' frustrations with this cross-state franchise is one man, Tim Duncan. Yes, the man dressed like he's fresh off the grill from your cousin's summer barbecue is absolutely torching the league. So don't feel too bad, Rockets. You're not alone.
Hey, do you guys got Tim Duncan in your top 10? He's in mine. Just curious, because not a lot of people talk about Timmy. He gets a lot of disrespect. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
A new season doesn't all of a sudden change Duncan's play, seeing how he's already putting up numbers strikingly similar to his MVP performances in 2002 and 2003. In this game, he's been brilliant. Like Yao, Timmy has been doing work in the paint and been extremely efficient drawing shooting fouls and knocking down free throws. Duncan owned the third quarter, scoring 12 of his team's 24 points, including this filthy dunk where he snatched Yao's soul right out of his chest. On the other side of the ball, he's been just as special, making life extremely difficult for the Rockets in the paint, all while snagging just about everything that comes off the rim. With Yao and Duncan carrying the weight for their teams, we find ourselves here with a meager score of 80-78. This can be attributed to the Spurs' success as a defensive unit, but it really comes down to both teams being pure buns on the offensive end and playing sloppy ball, especially in the Rockets' case, as their roster—
Yeah, look at those numbers. It's so even at this point. 15 turnovers, 35% shooting, 15 and 34.
On the offensive end and playing sloppy ball, especially in the Rockets' case, as their roster runs a little thin when it comes to scoring options. Just look at who's on the floor right now in crunch time. Yao Ming, Scott Padgett, Reese Gaines, Ryan Bowen, and Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, you got Yao and T-Mac.
But outside of two people, the remaining dudes are utter garbage and honestly shouldn't step foot on an NBA court. The Rockets can't really afford to look to the current bench for help either, because there, you find a slew of no-names as well. But hey, at least they have 14
years. And that's Clarence Weatherspoon, but boy, did he fall out of shape by this point. Dikembe Mutombo.
Vet Dikembe Mutombo in his first year with the team to offer some much-needed wisdom. The current bench includes typical starters and even people who started this game, but due to some key injuries, like forward Jim Jackson being out because of back pain, the starting five is just as laughable. The Rockets shovel out a starting lineup of Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, Juwan Howard, Bob Sura, and Ryan Bowen, who replaced the injured Jackson. And while I already talked about the, let's say, non-existent scoring abilities of Bowen, that doesn't stop game announcer Steve Kerr from praising his high energy.
there's one thing Bowen provides, it's energy. The problem is not a great scorer, so Houston trying to make up for that in other areas.
This leaves 11th year forward Juwan Howard, who's seen better days in the league, and 10th year journeyman Bob Sura handling the ball at point. So yeah, Yao's on the court surrounded mostly by bums and mediocre dudes who fought long enough to stay in the league. But yet, here they are, in the thick of it with a Western Conference powerhouse, mainly thanks to this guy.
Just so you know, that's a testament to just how good this duo of Yao and T-Mac was when they were healthy. Because, yeah, they were the best players they had outside of those two was an old Juwan Howard and an old Dikembe Mutombo, who were barely playing. Okay, Juwan was playing more than Dikembe, but not much. Like they were on their way out at this point. So two guys literally got them to a point where we were talking about them possibly winning a championship every year. Just two dudes.
Yeah, this guy, Tracy McGrady.
Yep.
How'd he get here? Tracy McGrady found his way to Houston through a colossal summer deal that saw the Rockets send their rising backcourt tandem Francis and Mobley, as well as Kelvin Cato to Orlando for McGrady, Howard, Tyronn Lue, and Gaines. The Rockets lost key players that helped develop and mesh well with their star big man, but that didn't matter if it meant landing a talent like McGrady.
Yeah.
Entering the 8th year of his NBA career, McGrady has slowly but surely put the league on notice. As a youngin' fresh out of high school, McGrady struggled to find his footing with the expansion Raptors, mainly seeing the bench. After a trade sent him to Orlando, McGrady excelled as a starter under head coach Doc Rivers, winning Most Improved Player. And with those starter minutes, McGrady blossomed into a full-on star, becoming a walking bucket every time he touched the floor. After T-Mac led the Magic to 3 straight playoff appearances, his team saw its worst record in years, ending with an atrocious 21-61, good for worst in the NBA. McGrady knew it was time to move on and requested a trade. He was thrilled at the prospect of heading west to join forces with the extreme talent of Yao and H-Town. Now in his first year in Houston, McGrady could be the potential hero to steal a late-game win for his team. And with 11.2 seconds remaining before the end of regulation, the Rockets have absolutely relied on their new star. That's nothing new for McGrady. Throughout this season, the Rockets have seen exactly what they acquired in trading for the scoring machine. 1 week prior to this game, T-Mac cooked the Dallas Mavericks in an overtime thriller where he was just short of a triple-double. But for most of tonight, he struggled, and is a big reason the Rockets are down double digits late in the fourth. Standing in McGrady's way all night, known agitator Bruce Bowen and role player Devin Brown.
Yeah, Bruce Bowen, you don't want him guarding you, man.
The 4-time All-NBA defender has become the epitome of the guy you much rather have on your team than battle against.
For sure.
Bowen has somewhat made a name for himself as a dirty player, but at the end of the day, he's proved himself as an elite defender being matched up across the league's best wings. Tonight is no different in the showdown with T-Mac. Being the pest he's known to be, Bowen has guarded McGrady tight, forcing him into turnovers and ill-advised looks with the shot clock running down. As for Devin Brown, outside the San Antonio area, it'll be difficult to come across his name. The undrafted guard out of the University of Texas at San Antonio has played big-time ball in just about every other league not named the NBA. This earned him looks from his hometown Spurs, getting signed and cut from the team a few times, but finally landing a roster spot for the long haul this season. And tonight, he's shown what he can do. Besides joining Bowen and making McGrady look average compared to his standards, Brown has been a tremendous spark offensively off the bench. Hitting back-to-back deep jumpers late in the third, Brown was a huge factor in the momentum swing that saw the Spurs grab just their 3rd lead of the game. And despite a few honest efforts at recapturing the lead by the Rockets, the Spurs' momentum carried over into the 4th quarter. Leading that 4th quarter charge was none other than Devin Brown, slashing to the rim drawing fouls, knocking down free throws, and burying jumpers. Brown led the Spurs on a 15-2 run, which saw the team's lead balloon to 11, the largest of the game.
Damn.
After making just a single basket in the past 5.5 minutes, and their 2 stars being non-existent factors in the 4th, the Rockets didn't seem to have hope on their side.
Wow, yeah, they're getting
And
killed.
any signs of hope that possibly existed quickly vanished after Bob Sura airballed a wide open 3, leaving Houston fans that stuck around to decide they've seen enough.
And the Rockets are furious with the crowd now.
Yes, they are.
Despite
Down by 9 with a minute left. Like this should be game over I'd be probably walking out of the stands too. Back then, not now. Now, yeah, they can overcome that kind of a lead these days. Because look at the score, 73-64, with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, this should be so long over. This is not 125 to 134. You know.
That the Rockets are in great position to extend this game. Getting here took the excellence of an individual whipping up magic in such a small time frame. The feat seems impossible. With the Spurs up 10, T-Mac called his own number. He dove hard to the basket, only to come up short on the layup, where Yao barely lifted off the ground, cleaning the glass with a putback dunk, closing the lead to 8. And after a few seconds trickled off the clock, Tony Parker threw a careless pass that ended up in the hands of Scott Padgett, leading to an easy dunk, cutting the lead down to 6. And yeah, we've seen how this story usually unfolds. A team gets up just enough, but a late game collapse, in particular free throw misses, allow their opponent to claw right back. But the Spurs have been great at the line all night, and that continued as Devin Brown knocked down a pair of free throws, extending the lead back to 8. On the next possession, McGrady took the ball up where he found Bruce Bowen guarding him essentially the length of the court. After a quick screen cleared Bowen from McGrady, Tracy found some space and drained a contested 3 at the top of the key. With 35 seconds to go, the Rockets are down 5. A quick foul sent Brown to the line where he stayed perfect. Spurs are up 7. McGrady took the inbounds pass where he was once again hounded by Bruce Bowen. This is where things started to look a little odd. Yao set a pick a full 2 feet outside the arc, which allowed McGrady to get off a look over Tim Duncan. Duncan, an extraordinary player, playing magnificent in this game, found himself a bit out of his element here. With a clean pump, McGrady drew the foul on Duncan while knocking down a quality shot. McGrady, feeling himself, drained the free throw, completing the 4-point play. A quick 7 points brought the lead within reach. Down 3 with 24.3 seconds left.
I'm telling you, this is just insanity how this all goes down. And those first 4 points, not, because it was what, 10 at that point? Those first 4 points go into to Yao, and then I forgot who made that other shot. Like, it's crazy. It was a team effort, but T-Mac just brought it home.
First timeout, Coach Greg Popovich inserted Malik Rose and Brent Berry in for Bruce Bowen and Manu Ginobili, swapping shooting efficiency over defensive potential. With Berry inbounding the ball, it gets worked around to Brown as the Rockets are looking to foul. Brown, who's been perfect from the line, instead averted the foul and kicked the ball out to Duncan, who the Rockets got the foul on. Coach Pop was livid, but nonetheless, Duncan knocked down both free throws.
Yeah, he can do it.
The Rockets called their final timeout, and the lead is pushed back to 5. Now on their side of the court, the Rockets executed an awful inbounds lob to McGrady. After ripping the ball from midair, he moved up court where Bowen stuck with him step by step with little opportunity to create space.
Dude.
No matter. For the third straight time, he made it to his spot right by the Toyota Center logo.
This is a dude who don't want to fail. He doesn't want to lose, man. Look at this willpower. To even come down with this ball is already impressive.
Now on their side of the court,
this was trash.
The Rockets executed an awful inbound.
Look at this. This is trash. But he's going to get it.
After ripping the ball from midair,
and he's going to go straight to the attack.
Bowen stuck with him step by step with little opportunity to create space. No matter. For the third straight time, he made it to his spot right by the Toyota Center logo, rose up, and drilled a 3 right in Bowen's mouth. Rockets down 2. Now, just as we can't say the Spurs collapsed because of their free throw shooting, don't get it twisted in thinking the Spurs play subpar defense. With one of the league's best perimeter defenders in Bowen, and a team that stood atop the league in overall defense, the Spurs contested McGrady's every shot down the wire. McGrady just couldn't possibly miss. With 11.2 seconds left, the Spurs called a timeout, swapping both Rose and Berry in the game again for defensive specialists Bowen and Ginobili. Now with the ball on their side of the court, Berry just needs to get a clean pass in to send the Spurs to the line, where the team has been nearly perfect. Riding the backs of 2-time MVP Tim Duncan and the unsung hero Devin Brown, San Antonio is looking to close out this matchup and escape the insane late-game effort from McGrady. McGrady, now with Yao, is looking to bring the franchise back to relevance and cement their claim as a Western Conference powerhouse by knocking down a team that reigned at the top of the conference for years. Chasing the moving target on the scoreboard while maneuvering through a swarm of bodies, McGrady willed his team to this position despite the lack of talent surrounding him. And with 11.2 seconds left, there's a chance to downright secure the win. Welcome to a moment in history.
Trying to make things difficult for Brent Barry. Gets it in.
Whoopsie.
Here comes McGrady. No turnabout commanded. McGrady for the win.
Bang. Bang.
Yo, thanks for watching the Rewinder.
Oh, man, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, yeah. So no wonder why. I was trying to figure out why he was focusing on Devin Brown so much, but that's why. And the crucial time, he slipped and he fell. It looks like he slipped and he fell, and he lost that ball. So great game other than that, but when it came down to it, he biffed it, and T-Mac freaking delivered. Man, that's just crazy. I just want to watch it one more time.
Secure the
All right,
win.
here's the final play.
Welcome to a moment in history.
Trying to make things difficult for Brent
All right,
Barry.
let's
Gets
see.
it in.
Oh, yeah, he just falls. He just falls. All right.
Brown lost it. Here comes McGrady.
Yeah,
No
T-Mac takes it all the way up.
McGrady
Double
for the
team.
win.
Bang. Like it's no, there's no downplaying this. There's no downplaying it. That's fantastic. That's killer. That's killer. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. Oh man. All right, yeah. Sorry. I love T-Mac, dude. Love T-Mac. All right, everybody. Let me know what you thought about this one. Thanks for watching with me. This was a lot of fun. For those of you, I assume the majority of you have seen this. I see the demographics on this channel, and the majority of the people here are 25 through 55. So I assume most of you have seen this. Now, what about you younger ones? What do you think about this? Have you ever heard about this, at least, with Tracy McGrady? I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. Anyways, as always, please leave the video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want more. If you do, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And once again, this was a video from Secret Base, one of my favorite YouTube channels out there. Great sports content. Check them out if you enjoyed this. I also did a Kobe Bryant and Shaq like 3-parter from Secret Base, and it was mind-blowing how good the quality of that video was, or those videos were. But all right, everybody, I'm gonna head out for the night and do my thing. I wish you all a wonderful, peaceful night. Tell your loved ones you love them. Be good to your people, and carpe diem. Seize the day. Gather your rosebuds while you may. All right. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching.